Hi, my beautiful people. Peace and blessings and greetings to you all. And welcome back to Shoshana's Healing Foods Kitchen, a holistic series to help you become the best version of yourself from the inside out. Today, we're going to be making vegan, plant-based, soy-free, and gluten-free lasagna, something the entire family can enjoy. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into prepping for the mise en place. Okay guys, so here are the things that you're going to need in order to make your vegan lasagna. I love to do this part, as I stated, because some people are interested in knowing the brands that I use so that they can find them in their area. So in order to make our meat base, I am using Light Life ground-based alternative beef. What I love about this brand is that it's soy-free and it's gluten-free. So for those people who have autoimmune diseases, fibroids, or estrogen-based diseases, these alternatives are good for you, and for those who have celiac disease or a wheat intolerance. For the sausage, I am using Beyond Meat. Now, I like Beyond Meat because they're soy-free and gluten-free as well. I had stopped eating them for a while, but I'm willing to try them again because now they're not so mainstream, but they used to be one of my favorite, and they still are. The cheese that I'll be using is my favorite brand, which is Daiya. It melts really well, and it is also soy and gluten-free. And the pasta we'll be using is guilt-free pasta. I love this brand because it's gluten-free and it's made from brown rice. For our sauce, we are using organic Simple Truth mushroom pasta sauce, and we are using the tomato basil organic sauce. We will be using this. Voila. So you know how lasagna always have to where some people use cream cheese, but I'm using this sour cream alternative, and it's also soy-free, dairy-free, and wheat-free, and I love it. It gives it a very good taste. So yes, look up plant-based sour creams in your area. Mushrooms and some red onion, and also we'll be using some of the vegetables as well. So this is the thing. I know that a lot of people within the plant-based community have their different opinions and different things like that about meat alternatives, and I have my own opinions about them myself. But right now, this is not the time to where I'm trying to dig deep into really bashing and telling these people, oh, you don't need to, use meat alternatives. Of course you don't need to, always use them every day, but it is good to use in moderation, especially when you're trying to win your family over with eating more plant-based meals, because everybody is not at that space to where they can say, oh, I'm gonna make a mushroom meat with zucchini and all of this and that. And some people, they just not at that space as far as their taste buds. Like, you can make something like that and they be like, oh, I don't like it. You get what I'm saying? But when they taste dishes like this, they literally gonna feel like they're eating lasagna. Like, they're not gonna be able to tell the difference at all. And so, like I said, these recipes that I'm posting right now, they're family friendly, and we're trying to win your family over and introduce, plant-based meal that's nutritionally balanced for everybody, and making sure that, they will enjoy it. So that's the whole point of, these meals. Like, make it fun. Me as your coach, I don't want to be that coach to that shames you a lot, that makes you feel bad for every little thing that you do, make you feel like you got to be a high raw vegan, or but everybody's goal is not actually to be vegan. Some people's goal is to be flexitarian. They eat, fish, they eat turkey, they eat all of those. They eat whole foods, fruits, vegetables, different things like that. So they flexitarian, they go in and out of eating meat, not eating meat, the kinds of meat they eat. And then you have pescatarians. Then you have vegetarians. And then you have plant-based. I don't call myself a vegan because vegans are people who believe in not killing, animals to be able to wear certain clothes and different things like that. So I don't like to call myself a vegan for that reason. That's why I like the word plant-based, because you may see me with a shirt on that, you know, the animal had to be killed in order for me to wear it. You know, I'm not concerned with that. So you really just got to figure out what works for you best as far as your nutrition goes, because when it comes to nutrition, it's not a one size fits all thing. So a lot of times we be trying to do what the next person do next to us, but you can't do that, because what works for me might not work for you. You know, a lot of people always say you are what you eat, but no, you are what you digest. If your body can't properly digest certain things, then what benefit is it for you? It's just like a trash can. You put something in there and it's going to be dumped out. So if your body's not actually absorbing the nutrients and everything you need from it, we need to focus on figuring out what your body like and what it don't like before we can even get to that space. The way that you begin to figure out what even works for your body is what don't. You have to properly detox your body. And a lot of people may say, oh, well, how do I detox? In order to detox and figure out what your body don't like, you have to subtract everything that you're eating. And what I mean by that is, of course, you need to subtract meat. When you're doing the detox, you need to stay away from the dairy, you know, eliminate the sugar, eliminate the wheat. Like I see a lot of people, they be like, oh, I'm detoxing, but they still eating the same food that they ate while not detoxing. You eating fast food, talking about you detoxing. And you talking about you drinking some skinny tea, some smooth move. What's the point of you drinking that tea if you ain't changed none of your eating habits? That is so pointless.
Stop it. Get some help.
So, we got to learn your body. Learn your body. And the reason why I always do a mise en place is because it really makes cooking way more organized. Like, when you finish, you don't have this big mess everywhere. Like, you may feel like, okay, Shoshana, it takes more time to sit there, and it takes more dishes to put them in all in different bowls. Okay, do what works for you, boo. All right, I'm training to be, you know, a holistic nutritionist and have a healing kitchen. So while we're gathering the mise en place, I'm going to go ahead and make our kale salad that we will be having with our vegan lasagna. So first thing we want to do is we're going to massage our kale. And what we'll be using to massage our kale today is nutritional yeast, okay? Look up the benefit of nutritional yeast. It's so nutrient dense. You know, I'm going to read some of the things that it have in it, but it's mineral and vitamin filled. It has vitamin B12, vitamin B6, potassium, thiamine, niacin, folate, folic acid. It's a good protein source. It's just awesome. It's sugar-free, no artificial flavors, but this is nutritional yeast, guys. I got my nutritional yeast from Kroger's. In Kroger's, in the organic section, you can find a lot of good things. Like Kroger's actually is where I went to get all of the meat replacements and things that you saw me do. So you want to just take the nutritional yeast and you just want to put it on the kale, right? Because we're going to go in and we're going to massage it. I take and put like the generous amount. You know, you can just kind of eyeball it. And then what you want to do is go in and just massage the kale, right? Massage the kale. And I hope y'all wash y'all hands. All right. So now that we have our massaged kale, now what we want to go do is add some actual toppings. So we got to add some celery. I love adding celery to my salads. All right. It's always good to keep a trash can near because, you know what I'm saying, you want to keep the kitchen as clean as possible. Yes, we like for our salads to look pretty, so we put it a little uniform. When I make my salads, I always, even when I cook, I think about in living color. Because when you eat like the colors of the rainbow, you're going to have a more nutrient dense dish. Okay, like we want to add some bell peppers for vitamin C. We know that we're trying to, you know, get prepared for winter, as the bishop says. So vitamin C is something that helps build your immune system. So we want to make this salad beautiful, okay? And the rest of these peppers, we're going to use it for our actual lasagna. So now we want to go ahead and add some onion. Yes, ma'am. We want to add some onion. I'm going to show y'all how to make a salad dressing too from scratch. And now we're going to add some scallion. Add some scallion. Now normally I would go and add some strawberries or some blueberries for antioxidants, but right now I'm just working with what I have in the kitchen. So this is going to be it for the actual raw kale salad that we're going to have. Go ahead and take you a bowl, right? So what you're going to need is, you're going to need some tahini. I got this tahini from Kroger's. What tahini is ground sesame seed. And it's also nut-free. So if you have anyone in the house that's allergic to nuts, you don't have to worry about this salad dressing. They can eat it, so you're fine. The reason why I start, want to make my own salad dressing is because my son he's allergic to so much. He can't have, peanuts, tree nuts, and he couldn't have soy at the time. He can't have gluten at all. He can't have nothing with wheat in it, or it'll have send him days of suffering. So for the tahini, you want to add 4 spoons of it. I got to pull my other tahini out because I'm running out of this one. You want to go and add some coconut aminos. This is what liquid aminos is by Bragg's. It's my favorite brand, and I also get this from Kroger's. So what you want to do is you want to add 4 of these, 4 spoons. 3 and 4, yay! Add some Dijon mustard, just 1 tablespoon. All right. And this salad dressing, y'all, it hit. You know what I'm saying? It's a hit. It tastes good. And then you need to have some spring water by, because the spring water is going to help us get the consistency that we need. So I'm just going to add a little bit for right now, and then check out the consistency after we stir it. You know what I'm saying? That flick of the wrist got to be strong up in Shoshana's Healing Food Kitchen, because we always stirring something, trying to get something going, because we like to do as many things from scratch as we possibly can. We want to get back to taking time in the kitchen to actually create. The more time you take on your food, the more love that's going to be put in it. So that's the consistency we got right now. That's a little thick. See that? Yeah, we need to add a little more water. Told y'all I'm Judah. I ain't measuring nothing right now, so y'all better watch the video and pause. You heard Noah, he said Judah. So we gonna go back to the flick of the wrist. Look at the flick of the wrist. Flick, flick, flick of the wrist. Back to the flick of the wrist, okay? Now that is good. So our salad dressing is complete. This is a tahini dressing, and it tastes so good. So good with this kale salad. I mean, it just makes the kale salad kale-tastic. It's like, what is it without that? So, guys, I just figured out that I do have some great tomatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of those. Now we're going to add some herbes de Provence. This has several different herbs in it. I get this from your DeKalb Farmers Market. Now look at that. That's beautiful. In the red pot, we have the water boiling so that we can get the noodles going. So you got to make sure you follow directions. You have to boil the water first before you put the noodles in there. And if you don't follow directions, your noodles not going to come out right. They're going to come out soggy. So as you see, I have added some grapeseed oil to the pot. I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic and my onion trinity. Add my peppers. You gotta have onions and peppers. Onions, bell peppers, scallions. That's what I call the seasoning. And Benji called it the seasoning. That's where I learned it from. But I didn't know, I didn't call it that before, but I always added it to every single thing that I cook. And garlic too, because garlic is so healing. Build immunity. anti-inflammatory. Like, do I need to go on? Winter is coming. So as I said, we got to cook intuitively, which means you need to add some of those healing ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and add some ginger. I'm out of sea salt here, so I'm having to use my kosher salt. So we're going for a savory flavor, being that it is plant-based spaghetti. So I'm just adding, I add a little turmeric, but of course for anti-inflammatory properties and immunity building. And then I went ahead and added a little onion powder, a little garlic powder, a little Sazon complete, and of course, any other seasonings to your liking. But like I said, whenever in doubt, once you go ahead and add the sauce, taste it and see if you need to add anything else. And of course, I'm going to add some more herbs de Provence because we just got to have those. So here you just see me adding the proteins, and then just continue to watch and enjoy. So now that we got our sauce done, our meat sauce, now we're going to work on these here, which I should have went ahead and already have them prepared, but I'm going to let you guys walk through it for me just in case you want to participate. You need to put 1 pack of this pasta into boiling water and add a tablespoon of sea salt, and then you need to cook it for 13 to 14 minutes. So if you know that you're not going to watch the clock, do what I do. I go ahead and add the cook time, and we're going to add 14 minutes to the clock. Add a minute. We're going to add 14 minutes to the clock just in case you walk off and you forget. So as you see, the water is boiling. I've already added a pinch of salt. And now what you're going to do is go ahead and add your pasta. Add your pasta. And don't worry about if it's hanging out the pot, because it's going to boil down and everything is going to go in there just fine. But the reason why it's so important for you guys to follow these instructions is because if you keep these pasta noodles in here too long, I'm telling you, they're going to break apart and it's going to destroy the whole dish. So this part seems simple, but it really, really, really counts. Okay? Now it's time to layer the goodness. You want to take some of your meat sauce.